Yo,
I think
what's
of it.
going on, Robert? What's going on, Abby? I thought you weren't going to be here, Abby, because, hmm I thought somebody had some school.
I thought somebody else was cool.
So,
Hey,
anyways, we are
Jim
here.
Croft
We
is
are
you
live,
work there.
and Weez is back. New time,
You-
same channel.
You're a little bit late, but yeah, this is the new time.
Yeah, a little bit late this time. I was running about 10 minutes late. Um, Still, even switching to the new time, but, you know, it is just part of the thing. Now I got a question for you, and this is kind of like not on our list of things to talk about, but uh, Chinese menu paper.
Yeah.
Is yours the same size as mine? And I say that because my Chinese menu paper that I'm currently messing around with is basically just two 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper.
Well, I think that's right. I think it's a Chinese menu. Wait. My Chinese menu is 17 by 11.
Yep, is exactly what it is.
Yeah,
It's two
that's
regular
right.
size sheets of paper. It ticks me off. So now I've got to go back in my box of nonsense, all this stuff. I got to find the box that has the spiders in it and figure out,
If that was the size of paper you were using for them.
or was I using legal sheets back then? Was that was that
I,
yellow one? Was that
no,
yellow
no,
one
because
made out of a legal sheet?
no, your original thing was made with Chinese menu. That was the original was made with Chinese menu. You
But that,
tried legal because you figured that was a scale down. That brought you the different version.
well, this doesn't not that it doesn't make me happy, but it's not. Let me pull up the damn sheet. This is why I need the database, people. And lo and behold, I can't install Power Apps on my personal stuff. So Microsoft Power Apps can go kiss my foot right now. Dag nabbit. I'm gonna pull this up so you can see it too, but they can't. So
Uh,
I'm gonna go and granted, obviously, you don't need to see it, but it's there.
it's there. Okay.
Uh, Shit.
Yeah, I mean, how did you like that? I've had good reviews so far. Everybody said like it was a pretty awesome intro video. I've actually got two others scaled up, ready to go.
Should be on the aircraft sheet.
So just in case I want to, like we do want to change them up
Yeah.
like features. So
Spider. Spider.
I do
Length is 8 inches.
want to use this thing.
Width is 3.25.
I've got I've got an interesting new idea, folks. Got an interesting new idea, and if this new
Is
idea works,
8 inches correct?
well, I mean, if it's like
But that doesn't make. I got another one here that's not the same. It's not made out of. This is from 2019. Is this? One, two, three, four, five, six,
I don't have any
seven,
originals left.
8 if you count the tips. Are we counting the tips?
Oh, usually count like what it makes, just like literally,
So are you? So man, I gotta get that light bulb. One light bulb up here makes a freaking difference, man. I'm getting all this shadow. Man, I might have to replace that light bulb while I'm here.
I don't have a shadow problem, right? I
See,
mean,
I do. No, you don't, but I do. Look at that.
yeah.
Like that's bad.
Well, my overhead now these two are casting way more light than the overhead is. So,
Well, that's the thing. Like I've got one light that's over here, like way over here. Like you can see the shadow before you can see my hand. Like way over here above the stairs. Then one like right behind me, which is casting the shadow, and then one over here, which is out.
I might have developed some kind of box, so I'm not looking at them so much, but they cast their lights down. because
To
this
see,
may break.
because this doesn't look bad at all until I put my hand like right here, like over this thing, like it's right there. But
Right?
no, like so. For instance, are you talking? I'm gonna just use my shadow to point. Are you going from tip to from nose to wingtip or to here ish?
Wait a minute. Nose to like your Delta Diamond tip?
Yeah, to here.
Yeah, in your case, yes, I would definitely say nose to Delta Diamond tip.
Okay, so that is 8 inches.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make any damn sense. Why in the world would I? I'm just trying to go back to my old thought process here. And hear me out,
Oh
people.
shit.
Because back then, I was trying to build this plane or a plane to mimic phase. That's all I cared about was I wanted a plane that flew exactly like phase. Because
And then you
one,
turned out making um like a force kind of full of Delta Diamonds, which I thought was cool. I did think it was cool.
yeah, I had Diablo, which was one of the few. Phantom Lightning, of course, was one that didn't have it. Um, but then the rest of mine did, like Thunderbolt, Draco. Draco was gone, but
Right.
Thunderbolt, Twister, even I think Rorix had it back then. Um, then both of the Black Squire and the Black Knight had Delta Diamonds. I remember them. I just don't know how to build them because I remember we were in the barracks when I built those.
Yeah, you were. That's right. That's
Um,
right.
and then of course I had Vortex. I had Spider. Um, I'm trying to think of what else we had, what I had back then. So yeah, I mean,
And
I
that's
had a
right.
I had a pretty much an entire force of Delta Diamonds, and I was trying to build one that flew like
Yeah, Blaster
phase without
Vortex.
without
Well,
mimicking the.
Firecat, but Firecat wasn't exactly that. You know.
Yeah, no, Firecat was not even. Firecat wasn't around then, was it?
No, I don't think so.
I think
I
Firecat
guess
came a little
I guess
later.
I could do my duty and check out the database or my
Oh,
like our
yep. So let's see. I got
make sure we're not coming up on any like yeah, check out anybody's anniversaries and stuff.
the
By the way, the
rundown.
anniversary we completed the one a days, people. All over, all
Yeah,
done.
they OVA. If you didn't notice, over. The one a days are over. We are back into the regular chit chat of the chit chat. So let's go. Man,
What we got?
this
360
is
plans.
why this is why like daggum drives me nuts to have. I like spreadsheets, but like part of me is like, um, see, January, June, July, March, May,
What?
October 6th, 2015. What rolled out then? And something on October 7th, 2011. We got quite a few. So hang on, let me find out who's rolling the stuff out.
There's a big one today. Today we hit an anniversary today.
Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Let's see. How do you find them so quick?
Well, I use the filter, so I go to only the dates that are relevant.
Right, but then I gotta. Okay, so then let's go October
And I
6th.
always have a problem debating on whether or not it's actually going to be in the past or the future. But I
October
did the past.
6th. We'll do the 7th, 8th. Oh my goodness, October 8th of 85. I know whose that is. And
Well, not only
then,
that, but
and
those you
then,
could eliminate because you know those are probably retired. I don't have that many from back in the day that are active.
but let's just
But
say,
today,
let's just go with those. Oh, it is Twister. Look at that.
it is Twister.
Let's go with
But there's another one on there too.
from today.
Yes.
I don't see it.
What the hell you
I'm looking
looking
at
at?
I'm looking at the rollout. I'm looking at the rollout.
Wait, get out of the screen. I can't see it. I can't see it.
Yeah, you can.
Well, you got the thing. You got the filter in the way, so I can't see it. Yeah, right there, dude. Right there.
Today's the 6th, not the what?
That's right. Today's the 6th.
I know. I said Twister.
Yeah, but there's another one.
Oh, that one. I did. Why did it put it in order? That's right. That's the one. Look at you. Who was?
Austin Fury was born today 6 years ago, and Twister was born 20 years ago.
Oh my goodness. Look at that.
So the Wasp's already 6 years old, but Twister is 20. Can you make a Twister? You can make a Twister now, right?
Yeah, I still have them.
Okay.
Actually, do I have it right down here? Put it on the show. Bam.
I need
Look at
this.
that
Okay.
ugly thing.
So,
There you
what?
go.
Oh yeah, there she is. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I
I
will.
remember that. People, do
Oh,
you remember the? You don't remember that.
there's a twister. And that's why it's a twister, because it's twister. It's horrible.
It's been its time doing that, which is why he named it that.
It twists. It doesn't fly very well. At least I haven't tried to trim. That's a lot of weight in the nose, and there's no wing, and it just literally just spirals. I mean, I don't even really know why I consider it active. It didn't really replace Thunderbolt because it could not perform better than Thunderbolt.
Well, you put it. You wanted. You needed a reserve plane, and I thought you put it straight into the reserve plane because
Well,
you
it
were like,
says active
yeah, it
on
kind of
this
sucks,
list.
but. And I always said, like, dude, you could use it as your Hatro trainer because that's what it was, right?
Maybe at one point, I don't know. But that's why I gotta
I
have this
mean,
tourney.
you had it in the reserves for the longest time, but I thought, like, dude, you could actually
Uh,
like take that thing and you could make it your Hatro trainer because it's not as good as Thunderbolt, but it
it
does
is in the
require a hard
reserves.
throw.
It is in the reserves right now.
Okay,
Um,
you should probably do that with it. You should probably make it your Hatro trainer.
I'm gonna hate to train it. Is what I'm gonna do. Hate to train the person trying to throw it. What else we got today? We got a couple coming up next week though. Like what's we got to go to all the way to the 12th. So let's go back and look. Let's go
Yeah, you
back
thought
and
that was cool? Yeah, yeah. 5 times. You watch it 5. So you're the one giving it all the views, huh? That's just an intro, man.
I mean, I'll be honest, I have not watched it, and we might even, let's go find it real quick.
Like, dude,
It's not
like
that
everybody I've seen.
it's not that I didn't want to watch it, obviously, because I did, but
Yeah, yeah. I was almost concerned about it being a little bit too long, but I did what I thought I want. That's what I'm. This is what I'm talking about, though. That intro video is.
oh my
Essentially what I'm
goodness, dude, this is bad.
I'm sorry, I fucked it up.
No, like this is legit, bro. That is like a really good intro, like no joke.
It took
Oh my
the
goodness,
longest time.
I've seen that video already.
Well, yeah,
I don't know if
you probably witnessed some of them. You probably witnessed them, yeah. Like they're
Oh, there's that face. There's that face. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, of course. I know why you did this. Keep them flying. That's legit, dude. Okay, great video. No joke. Good work. Good work. I'm not even hating on that. Like, When you said intro, like at first, I'll be honest, the first time it went, you posted it, I clicked on
Yeah.
it, it said it was a private video, so I couldn't
Yeah,
even
I
watch
did
it at
because, like I said,
first.
I didn't want it to appear on a playlist, and I thought there was a way to keep the intro video off of that shit.
It
So I thought
well,
privatizing it would work, but
there is there is well, maybe off the playlist, but let me go. Let me see if I can switch accounts. Uh, do, 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 do.
yeah, the video is cool. It's straight to the point. It gets it out there. Yeah.
No, that is more than straight to the point. It's not even over the top like like you know what I'm saying? It's not like over the top like bad, like in a bad way. It's literally at the peak of where you want it to be.
Okay.
Like you couldn't have done a better job. Like I'm not even
I might have been able to.
I'm not even trying to brag about this. Like that's the type of video quality that we need to be putting out.
And that's why like I tell Abby, like I'm not meaning to forget or hold off on my how to builds, but my how to builds are gonna look like that. So I mean I finally got one
Yeah,
right, and now you kind of got an idea of what we're striving for.
yeah.
So
Like that's the kind of the concept that I'm working for. Like that's why like what I've already started recording, like I don't necessarily want to put it out there because it's not done, and it's like I'm looking to do that. I want to
yeah,
build. I want to do how to builds as well as the flying portion of the video of the plane in the same video, and I mean it's just it. I'm glad you pushed my creative thought over the edge on that one. Like it really did.
right.
It like because like I was kind of feeling stuck. Like all right, okay, if I record and then I do this, like what am I missing? And I see it. I see it now.
There you go. There
I
you
see
go.
it. And it's not necessarily just because it's the music and there's no words or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? There's no voice because mine are obviously gonna
Well,
have
if
some
you're doing flight
instructions.
video, yeah, if you're doing flying videos, you got it. It's live, so there's only so much you can do. But like, I mean, like if you're introducing a flying video, like you did with all the years when you were experimenting originally on your channel, I got what you were trying to do then, So that was
Yeah.
just raw. That was beta.
Well,
So
that was, and it was lack of knowledge, lack of lack of equipment, lack of experience,
right.
um, and lack of dedicated workspace.
I know I almost have that. We almost have that stuck in this problem now that we've got 365 planes. You got lack of workspace because now you got planes to work on. It's like,
No, I'm not even. No, I'm saying dedicated workspace. Like I'm
oh,
back then. I was in the well, technically I'm still in the garage, but you know what I'm saying. I was in the garage, which was a communal space, and then I was also in the house, which was definitely communal space. And then when I finally got my own area,
right.
hang on, she asked me a question. Nothing crazy though.
It's your girl. It's got to be crazy.
No,
Yeah,
it's really not. We were gonna stop somewhere on the way home. We were gonna stop and get gas on the way home because I was like, oh well, we need to get gas. Um, but I was looking at it on the way home and I was like, oh, we don't need to stop. More so, I was really crunched for time and I was like, I ain't stopping. But I'm not low. I'm not low. I'm just like when I go out in town, if I need it, I go get it because like I don't live like right next to a gas station. I'm like 15 minutes away.
right.
So it's not like, oh, I can get gas on. I mean, I can get gas when I go into town, but into town is 15 minutes.
Right. Right. I get it. I get it. Well, I don't like. I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm not saying like okay, with Robert the flight videos. Yeah, of course we wouldn't edit those, but I mean like for something like that, I had to edit that. There's. I mean, if you're gonna, there's certain videos that are gonna have production, and like I mean, how to build. You don't need production too much. I'm not really producing it too much, but there's aspects of it I do want to change. how to build video is simple. It's basically what we do here. And well, you've seen our previous ones. It's like that, but there's more aspects to the production I wanted to touch on. So, and you got a hint of that with how I did that intro. So, that
Yeah,
intro is where
yeah,
we're going.
yeah, totally. Like, I mean that intro hit it on the money.
Like I said, I've got two others spooled up so we can rotate that
Oh, I got my
feature, like
drink
one
right here
features
too.
a little bit more of the designing, one features a little bit more of the flying. So
See,
if you choose to
I
rotate,
even had my drink right here. Oh man, damn! I forgot I had my other adult beverages over here too.
yeah, adult beverages.
Oh, hey,
Shit, I can't use this.
I forgot that I had those up here. I wouldn't have brought my A&W. I am loving me some A&W now. Now I'm getting more of it. They have it in like abundance up here, man.
Yeah,
Like they
the
don't.
North is way more root beer catering than the South.
Yeah,
Like every time you come in there and they say like, we don't have root beer, but we got Dr. Pepper. Do you not have any idea?
like
You have no idea.
You don't understand that I
And
need
you
me
will
some root
not
beer.
get it either until you go to one of these craft root beer places, like where my uncle lives in East Troy, and there's like 67 varieties of craft root beer. I mean, like, dude, you
You know,
realize
don't
A and Barks are just well, Barks is a joke, but
Barks is a joke. And
they just
Mug.
scratch the surface. No, Mug is pretty good, dude.
Mug is
Mug's
okay.
not
Mug
bad.
is okay. Mug and
I mean,
A&W are like my two, like they're my
and
go-to when it comes to that. I do like the IBC, the glass bottle.
IBC's all right. Like
Eh, eh,
Stewart's is okay, yeah, like that. But you got to get
Uh,
into like
my other
Dang
one.
and Witch's Brew and Dad's and stuff like that, and even
Oh yeah,
Freddy's.
I forgot about Dad's. Oh man, but the Hanks is good too.
Hank's is all right.
Hanks is good too. We got some Hanks. It's actually funny at our Hardware Hanks hardware store. They sell Hanks soda.
Nice.
So and because I had never seen a Hardware Hanks, um, and I had also really never paid attention to Hanks soda. I've seen it around, but I never really paid attention to it. So I was like, wait a minute, does the person that created Hardware Hanks, does he own Hanks soda? Like interesting, but no, they just started like that particular store just has it because it says Hanks on it, so they wanted to put it in their store. And I like Hardware Hanks because they also give out free popcorn. It shuts the kids up when I take the kids with me.
Cheater.
I'm like, Daddy, I'm bored. Like I don't give a damn. Shut the hell up
Gotta
and
make
let
the
Daddy
sun
look for some
warm.
new tools.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that. Oh no, I didn't do it.
How in the hell do I not have Wi-Fi when I'm standing right next to this stupid router? Like I swear, I need a new damn phone, and I hate it. I don't want to get a new phone. I shouldn't have to get a new phone. My phone's only 3 years old, and you're making it seem like it's the oldest piece of technology on the damn planet. Stupid iPhones.
They happen to do that a lot about other things. You notice that shit. You notice that shit about like
Especially Apple
you just watch
themselves.
if they show you like whatever it is, you watch a football game from like the early 2000s and they make it seem like it was taken on video from the 70s.
Yeah, like that
Don't you remember
grainy.
videos from the 2000s? They should look good. Why are they making it look so stupid? It was never that bad.
Yeah, they're trying to make it look like it was bad quality.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
my
no,
God, dude.
it was not terrible at all.
For the time, it was great. And I understand it's better now, but it ain't that much better. Y'all
You
just
know,
trying to make us
you
think
know.
like it was a good idea to go digital. No, no,
Okay,
it really wasn't.
so you want to know what drives me nuts about watching sports, especially football right now? They keep trying to make the experience better for the at-home customer, but you keep
Yeah,
putting crap on the field that isn't there. Like when it was pouring down rain in um, New England, they kept generating all the lines, and they even at one point generated the uh, not the normal yellow line for the first down and where they were at for the ball, but they had a darker shaded green area for the amount of yardage that they needed to gain for the first down instead of just putting a line there where the green is,
Yeah.
um,
I know. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
and,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then they had all the yardages marked off, and the rest of the field was in a lighter green because it was soaking wet and muddy out there. They were having a hard time playing. Whatever, I don't care. It wasn't about the teams that I was frustrated about because I didn't care about either damn team. But I just
Oh,
it was football and I wanted to watch it, and I was like, damn, this is one of the few games that are on right now, and of course it's got to be Tampa Bay and New England. And I don't like either freaking team, but I'm going to watch this because I want to see Tom Brady get annihilated by his former team and his coach, but that didn't happen either. Um, and I wanted to see the fact that they fired Cam Newton, and you know, I wanted to see what this new quarterback could do because I'm kind of a fan of this new quarterback as much as I hate New England. Um, but it didn't
it's
happen.
gonna be more than
Tom Brady,
one. It's gonna
Tom
be
Brady
more than
still
one.
pulled out a stupid win, and it wasn't even him that pulled it out. Like he got lucky. So
Typical.
yeah, it's like, man, this guy cannot lose, man. Anyways, but that's what drove me nuts about the technology and them generating all this stuff, to make the experience
I
better
can understand that.
for football. I really don't. Like, I don't need to see the different shades of turf or whatever that you're trying to tell me, like, indiscreetly that, oh, this is where the ball is placed. I can see where the damn people are lining up, and I can see where the first down marker is. The yellow line I can understand. Yeah, cool. Put the yellow line there for us viewers at home because exactly see we can't always see the first down marker every time. But if you put that yellow line
No,
across
I
there,
do that when
cool. I'm fine with that. It's been on there for so long that I'm used to it at this point.
I do that with the I do that when I play the football. Like if I play the football on the video games or something like that, I'll do that. What? God damn, that sounded stupid. When I play football video games, I will do that. I'll take the yellow and red lines off because I think that's like, dude, that's just dumb. Players don't see that. Why should I see that?
Yeah, like that's a little different. But what I'm talking is like for if I'm watching the game, like yeah, cool, I'm fine with seeing that because they don't always have the best angle of the first down marker.
Right.
So it's hard for me to tell exactly how much yardage they got. Granted, I can count because they tell me, oh, it's 3rd and 6. Oh, okay, I know. Well, I know what 5 yards looks like, and I know what one extra yard looks like. So it's like, okay, this
Did
is
you
where they need to
say?
go.
Did you say the owl was the dive bomber, Robert? Sorry, I noticed you saying that. Like the dive bomber. Wait, is owl the dive bomber, or is that part of the name? Just trying to clarify that. I didn't know if like you really call it the name or is it just the owl?
Anyways, anyways, um, no, great video by the way though. Like I, I'm glad you guys got to see or hear my reaction from it because I'm telling you, like great, great. This is what I was in the middle of doing. I'm going to go here
So
and
you don't. So it helped you figure out what you were missing from yours. Yeah.
customize channel. Um, create a channel who haven't subscribed. Featured video for returning subscribers.
Yeah, I
Have
didn't
you?
put that one in there yet. That's the other one I got to work on. I got to get a
Okay,
video for
okay.
like, everybody.
Um, I, I sometimes I always put it as like the previous upload.
Right, and it seems legit. Seems like a good idea.
Because
Yeah.
like, hey, in case you missed our last live show or whatever, we could do it as like the last like live show. Because don't they indicate which ones were live on our channel?
Yeah.
Well, I say our channel, but on the channel, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to
I gotta get
dashboard.
Robert. I gotta get Robert the
Content.
channel thing too, so because he was asking about that. He could upload videos, right, Robert?
Public. Public. Does it tell you when? See, where's the Paper Aircraft Weekly stuff?
You
Oh,
gotta
you
go to
have it.
live. You gotta
Oh,
go to
see,
yeah
it
live.
does. So yeah, like you could do restrictions none, live now, streamed. Okay. Yep, no, because they've changed it a little bit. And I haven't, because I haven't been into mine this detailed in a minute. Um, Sweet, yeah. And people are going back and watching the previous shows too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just you guys or whatever. I'll be honest, I don't go back and watch our previous live streams.
Sometimes I do because sometimes I gotta see, but I only ever watch them once and carry it through and see if everything's okay. See if there's anything need to be edited out, like stupid shit, and then see if there's like, um, what the topics are in case I forgot the topics and putting them in the
Oh, we need to
description.
we need to change the hang on.
We need to change a couple of them. Like a couple of them only the description is just powered by Restream, and that shit's got to change.
Oh my goodness, live with Restream. That was September 8th. That shouldn't have. Oh, I wonder if I didn't hit the.
Probably
See,
didn't. That was that
no,
week that you
but
did without one of the weeks you did without me, and yeah, it probably was. Yeah, you probably didn't hit it up.
I thought I did though. They say powered by Restream on the.
I mean, I leave it in there. I do leave it in there,
Yeah,
but yeah.
but the caption is live with Restream, and that's not what I put. I know what I actually need to do right now, though. I need to go in because you have the Paper Aircraft Weekly is September 22nd on there,
Oh, oh,
and
and it
and
wasn't the 22nd.
yeah, it's not the 22nd. So let me go in and go to
Sorry, I
Restream.
got distracted.
But I launched it, so it shouldn't be.
That's true.
Yep, see, it still says September 22nd for some reason. I don't know why. Should say
It should be updated.
OC 0621 update.
So, Robert, does that mean there was ever actually a version of the owl that wasn't a dive bomber? Did you have the actual standard owl?
So where
The Banshee. I kind of like that. The Banshee, like a
the
Banshee,
Banshees or
a
Banshees?
Banshee vampire hybrid.
Oh yeah, 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 I know what you're talking about. Yep. No, I got you. And there's somebody that says they are on Twitch. I appreciate it if you're watching us on Twitch. Uh, I gotta go find out what this is though, like legit. Cause yeah, I have it saved, but I'm not actually logging in. Oh,
We gotta have Terry pop in here, man.
he's actually streaming right now. So
I mean, he's a builder too.
yeah, I think he's kind of stepped away.
I mean,
But
he's a builder. I think so, but
oh, dagnabbit, I don't need it to like echo it into the stream. Um,
you see what I did? Did you see what I did, Robert? Yep, yep. This is one of the ideas I had.
that's the hybrid.
This is the hybrid. Yeah, well, I had a remarkable idea, and
Did you?
because
Did you
I'm
now?
thinking, well, I'm working with this, I'm working with this new plane, the ND-21, right? The ones I've been showing y'all, the ones y'all been taking a ride with, and then this came to me like I think last night. It might have been today. I can't remember, but I'm like, ooh, I can hybridize this, and I was thinking about the sheath,
To
and I was
take
thinking
a
about rubber band launch,
what? To
and I
take a
was thinking about
phase
like,
and
well, I was kind of thinking like, okay, so the way they work on their own is really good. They're stable. They fly. They have a high loiter. That you've seen the videos. They're gentle flyers, but they can go for some distance. Well, what if we added a hitch? I can always keep the hitch on because adding a hitch ain't no big deal. But and then put a sheath on there that kind of streamlines the nose and adds weight. Could it be an interceptor? So you're seeing kind of like the first draft of this idea, and I'm like, this might work. This plane did suck anyway, so I don't feel like I'm destroying anything by doing this. and I did alter it a little bit because there's some departure from the hybrid part. There's a step down, but I don't think the plane's going to notice that much. So I'm going to try
You know
this
what I
out.
want to still I was gonna say, you want to know what I want to mess with? Not
What?
necessarily the O bodies, but I definitely want to mess with the O body at some point. But I definitely want to mess with the more cylinder anhedrals.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, those are cool.
yeah, not
Those
only
are
are they
cool.
cool, I know they're super stable, but even if they only fly straight, like I want to get see what kind of distance I can get out of them, because then I may incorporate that into my interceptor. Like if they only go straight and they don't like to curve, and like if they stop a phase from being like a phase, and it just flies straight instead of actually gliding around and not necessarily looping, but you know what I'm saying, that
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is what is that consider what kind of flight path is that considered? um
Semi loopy like that.
yeah, it's not even like like I picture loopy like a roller coaster, like that's what I picture loopy, like a
Okay, so you just
stunter.
mean kind of like
But like the
fluttery where it.
yeah, where it's like not even like left and right, like where it's let me show you, like, you can't see the screen, but so now
We got a
here.
clip? Do we
So
got a
no,
clip?
but what I'm saying is, you know how it goes up, but it banks, and it just keeps banking in one direction as it's flying, and it comes all the way back around. Or even if it doesn't like fly like back to you, but if it goes out, say for instance, like we'll use the mats are a good example, and this is a good.
Okay,
So say I'm standing in this corner down here,
okay.
and or
Is this a
actually
God's eye view or is this a profile view?
no, this would be yeah, the bird's eye.
Bird's eye view?
This,
Okay,
yeah, you're looking down on the field.
okay,
So
okay.
so if you're standing here in this corner and you throw it out towards this corner, and you throw it and it goes out, and it starts out kind of, straight, obviously, because you're throwing it straight, but then when it gets out here, then it starts to loop and come all the way around, and then it comes and goes out that way like that.
Yeah,
Or if it even just comes out and goes, like, makes a, and it's not necessarily that sharp, but you know what I'm saying. You throw it at a 45-degree angle from where you're standing, and then it comes out, it follows this line, and then it kind of curves, and the wind carries it, and then the wind pushes it this way, and then those longer phase flights where they just kind of gradually curve.
gotcha. Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like those
Yeah,
big, and I'm not even saying like that's not your typical flight. Well, for us it can be sometimes. Like we can get some of them to just do that constantly. But
yeah, that's true. We do it. Yeah, the bulk majority of ours do that. Like Cirrus will do that to a degree. For
yep,
mine, Cirrus will do that. Wyvern can kind of do that. But usually
your
they start that curve earlier on. Like
your
you're talking
Venom
about
did
like the
that.
early, the late dog leg, where mine is kind of like an early dog leg usually when they
Yeah,
start
yeah,
out.
yeah,
So
yeah. But I'm saying in general, like even if it does it like sooner, but it goes out like you know 50 to 100 yards, and it's like way out there,
that's
and
definitely a strike. That's definitely strike for sure.
yeah, yeah, I'm strictly talking that long range strike plane. That's what I'm talking about. Like now, I'm kind of lost my train of thought though. What the hell was I talking about?
We were trying to figure out like what kind of flight plan that would be
Oh yeah,
considered.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 no. What I'm saying is, like, if the cylinders on the like if the cylinders prevent it from doing that, and it only flies straight to that point, then I wouldn't necessarily keep using it on that particular strike plane, but I would use it on my interceptors, because my interceptors I want to go straight anyways. I
Right.
don't want my
Right.
strike planes to go straight. I mean,
Yeah.
they
No,
they
you don't.
can, they can, and I'm okay with that as long as they're the like one of the longest planes that I have. Obviously, my interceptor and my strike plane, I want them to be like almost identical as far as length. as
Yeah,
far
and
as
they should.
like,
You're right. Yeah, and they should be. Yeah, so that makes
but
sense. And you
duration.
could obviously make a strike plane go straight. Hell, I think Roberts does
Yeah.
a lot because
Well,
a lot of his planes kind of fletcher off a straight.
yeah, they
So
do, but he's got some duration on it. Like his can get some
yeah,
duration on it, which that's where I come in as far as, okay, yes, I want mine to be the same physical distance from point A to point B in a straight line with my strike and my interceptor, but I want my strike plane to have the duration of like double or triple the time of my interceptor, because
gotcha.
I want my, let's see if I can get small objects here to you know what? I'll just use paper. I'll use these strips of paper here, and I'll cut that.
Okay. Yeah, because
I'll,
you can. I mean, why the hell not?
I'll cut
Oh, you're
that.
right. Phases. Any of the gliders though, any of the gliders flying in thermals, they obviously take really good advantage of the thermals.
I'll cut four
Um,
because this is kind of the idea of what I want. So, for
right.
instance, if I'm standing, like I said, if I'm standing at this point right here, and I want my plane to end up here. Dagnabbit, get over here. And I want my plane to end up
Get over
in
there.
this spot. So I'm standing here. I want it to end up here. And I throw my interceptor and it goes to that point. Perfect. How long did it take me to get from here to there? Oh, it took me 15 seconds. Okay, that's fine. But I want my strike plane to go from here and end up there. But it better take me 30 seconds to 45 seconds to get there, because I don't want it to go straight there. I want it to come over here, for instance, and go over there. So I want it to go
Interesting.
this way and then go this way.
That makes sense. And that you're like, okay, obviously you're talking about like differentiation in the roles in the fact that you wanted to cover more ground. And obviously you kind of got to know where your combat is taking place, where the enemy is, where you're striking off to, and so on and so forth.
Correct. And obviously, like, it doesn't always have to go, right, left, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it could literally come, over here. It could go out here and then come back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah. Okay. So it could go out here and then come back, but I want it to end up in the same, even if it ends up shorter, you know, how long did it take to get from here to the end point? What flight path did it take? I don't want my strike plane to just go straight there. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that is not, to me, and to most of us, that is not a strike plane. A strike plane, it needs to cover the ground. It needs to have some duration to it. Um, so it and you want it to end up similar to where your interceptor is. So whatever path it takes, and obviously if it's doing all kinds of crazy stuff, it's not going to get there if it's flipping around and doing loops and doing all this crazy stuff shorter than that. It needs to have a
Right.
gradual, you know, flight path to it, because that's what's going to hold it in the air longer. The more it's fighting the wind and flipping and trying to pull this heavy G loop, you know, the plane's not going to do that. It needs to glide once it gets to the peak of where you threw it. So if I'm throwing it
Right.
at 45-degree angles from where I'm standing, it's going to go out and then it's going to catch the wind, and then I need it to go off course and then come back around and come back to the point of where I threw it, of where I was aiming, I should say.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And see, you could do if you have that kind of flight profile too, depending on the distance. Obviously, you could get the same kind of flight out of your control plane, your patrol plane, and your striker, like deep strike, as well as the dead roll that we have.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I plan on, like, not necessarily all of my planes being long range, but I planned on having more than one that could fulfill that role, because I want a backup to that role.
you actually want reserves.
Yeah, I guess you could call it reserves, but I think personally what I'm gonna do is like it's kind of like
You're
what
going
we
to have
do
some
at
squadrons with
work.
two planes in them, active duty. That's interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of my thought process because, and I'm not so, and that's the other thing is like the backup. So for instance, Cherry Point, um, you know, just for instance, it's a strike wing or fighter wing or whatever, um, and say Spider's the primary. Then I want Ekron to be the backup. Well, for here, I forgot what we called this place. Ellsworth.
Yeah, Ellsworth. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So for Ellsworth, if it's going to be a fighter wing as well, then okay, I already have, Spider's primary down in Cherry Point. Let me put Ekron as primary here, and Spider can be the backup here. You see what I'm
Right.
doing?
Yeah.
So, so in theory, like if you think about it, wherever wherever the primary bird is, that's the one that's getting the most maintenance and the most work, and you know that's the one that's doing the training while it's there, and the backup is literally just there for like as needed basis. But and they may not have as many stationed at that base. Whereas, like for instance, they may have 10 spiders, but I may have 50 Ekron.
Right. Okay.
You see
Got
what
you.
you see
Got
what
you.
like I'm trying to look at this like I'm trying to look at this guys like long term, but also like on a bigger scale, like on a more military type scale of how the military actually works. Because as far as the Marines go, like they have their stuff, they have their squadrons and they have their wings and they have this and that, but they also have a primary and then they have a secondary that goes on because we have the
That's right. That's
Harriers,
right. Yeah.
we have our Harriers, we have our Ospreys and stuff. Granted, I think they finally are going to retire that damn thing or have, um, but the Harriers there, um, and they also have other planes that are specific to the Marine Corps at that at that air station at Cherry Point.
Right.
So when you think about it, it's like, okay, well, they don't just have one plane there; they have multiples.
No,
Yeah,
exactly. But
and they do.
I mean, obviously,
And
we're trying to. Like you're still talking about like the United States in general, so you don't need the Marines to have all kinds of things. You just need them to have close support and battlefield strike, and basically that's it. Obviously, troop transport, but
correct, and that's the other thing is like, yeah, they do have your heavy transport, troop transport type planes, your C-130s, um, those type of planes. They do have those as well. But the thing is, it's like that's not the only thing they have. They have their other stuff. Yes, it's because it's the military and they need to have more than just that. Otherwise, it's going to be a shitty base and it's not going to be worth a damn to the military and to the country itself for defenses. But that's kind of the thought process that I have about this, and that's the approach that I'm trying to take on it. And I need to get there. Like it's been 20 damn years, and I need to get there. Like I'm technically ready for retirement, and I'm not there yet. You
are
know
you
what I'm
saying
saying?
you'd retire?
Well, from technically, I mean it is what's my date is like November, right?
Yeah,
Something like that. Is that what it was? Is that what it is?
I think
Let's
so.
let's look at it real quick. I got it right here.
He's got it right here. Let's look, folks.
Uh, it's November 15th, 2000. Oh, see, I'm almost at 21 years. So yeah, I'm overdue for retirement.
You know, I I had no idea you thought about retiring from Impact, man. Oh shit, you bastard.
Well, I'm just saying in general, like if you look at it from the military standpoint,
Yeah,
like
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, I'm done with this bullshit. No, no, what I'm saying is like I've been in it this long. Like besides you and a few others, like we've been in it the longest. Like I know John's been around, and there's a few others that have been around, but
Marlo, Ryan, Don, yeah, a bunch of
yeah,
yeah, a few of them, yeah.
but it's like who's the most active? Like so we put in a lot of work, and oh my goodness, yeah, SMA hit 20 years back in July. Holy crap. That was,
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
oh my goodness.
I think we said that on the show. We gave that
We
up on the
did,
show
but
that we
like,
would
it's
say that.
like, it goes by so fast, man. It's like, holy cow. And I know Robert's got, his date is 87, but like, that's when he
That's
was
when his
really,
corporation started up. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's when he was actually like back in the day building. But for me, like, I've been building like long before 2000. I was building airplanes as a kid, but I never kept track of any of that stuff. But I'm talking about 21 years of working with Sil, and I ain't building Twister. Sorry, Abby. Twister is there,
He's
but
not
I
very
ain't
fond
building
of
it.
that one.
I do not like that plane. It is literally a paperweight for me, and
I mean,
I don't.
I suppose you could show him how to build it, really,
Uh,
but
take a piece of paper and fold it into a ball and throw it. It'll be about the same. Crumple that thing into a ball and throw it. That's about what Twister is, and it'd probably go further. Twister is not something that you want to build or anybody should really build. When I tweak it and if I build it on a bigger scale, uh, maybe, maybe, but I'm not planning on working with that plane like anytime soon.
well,
Like
I'm
that's
telling you,
just
I'm telling you, since you have it though, actually, you really should, since you need it, you should put it in as your Hatro trainer, so it's doing something
I,
else.
I'm not, it could do
Because you don't
nothing.
have one, so it would
It
work out
could.
great.
I will have plenty of trainers by the time I'm done with what I'm doing.
Actually, you know what? I
Like
might have convinced you of that because in the most current roll sheet, even looking online, Twister's in there.
you can eat a piece of paper. Oh,
Probably
not that.
he probably talked you into it.
You probably did, and I'm probably gonna change it.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna change it, but that's
But
fine. You're supposed to change it.
but I'll be honest. The other thing that's driving me nuts, guys, and I said this at the beginning of the show, stupid database. Like I have like on my work computer a functioning ish database. Like I won't say close. A lot of the pages are there. A lot of the buttons are there. A lot of the features are there. And I have a couple of little tables and stuff in there. Um,
You know what
but
that
I
means, people.
but the problem I'm having is taking it from my work computer, which has access, converting it over into an access program that's supposed to be able to read access programs that can't freaking read them. But Microsoft itself is not using access that often, anyways. They're switching over more to Microsoft Power Apps for SharePoint and stuff like that. But the problem is you have to have a business account or a school account. Well, I tried using my old school email. It, their IT department has blocked Power Apps. My work um, has blocked Power Apps without the use of my work ID. So I can't, even if I were to put it on my personal computer, I couldn't use it without my work ID, which means I couldn't share it with everybody else because you guys couldn't access it because I wouldn't have my work ID in my personal computer. So it's
Right, right.
pointless for me to even go that route, at least at this moment. So it's like I'm stuck. in the middle of something, like in between, because power apps would be like I would have that thing completed in honestly, I could have that thing completed in like a week or so. And I say a week because I want to give myself time to get some details in there. And like, it took me 3 weeks to build 8 apps at work. It really took 3 weeks to build one app, and then I had to duplicate it and make 8 of them total. So when you think about it,
Okay, okay.
you know,
So, well, it does take some time. I mean, you got to build that shit from the scratch. Yeah.
yeah, there are templates and stuff, but none of the apps that we use at work, and because the government that the agency that I work for, um, they do not like, even though we use Microsoft products, not all of the features are available to us
Which is a damn shame.
because they want more money. So you have to pay for certain features. We do have certain premium features on our work power apps, which is cool because we use them on a regular basis. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but for what we need as IVPAC, we wouldn't need that. We just need a database.
Yeah, exactly,
We literally
exactly.
just need a basic database, and that's what's so frustrating is because even though, like, I'm seriously tempted to try to find, like, I mean, I even installed. I didn't install it on this one, did I? No, I installed it on my other laptop. I installed Visual Studio, um, because I'm showing you this right here, this video that I was
Oh yeah,
trying,
okay, okay.
I
Yeah.
installed Visual Studio because I was researching and it said you could code in there and build a database from Visual Studio Code. But that is even more,
Really?
yeah, but it's even more of a pain in the butt to try to do C plus, what is that, C plus or C plus plus,
It's
and
C plus plus, yeah.
then JavaScript or SQL or any of that other stuff. Like it is a pain to try to convert it into create a database that way through Visual Studio. Like it is just,
I'm surprised they even like have you interested. Like, why would they shoot that off like with JavaScript? Because I know they're trying to like get away from Java as much as possible.
well, they can't, like, yeah, like you have, like there are options. Like let me pull this up over here because I don't want like you to freeze up and then jack up the stream. So let's go.
I am. I am.
Yeah, let's.
All of his Firecats do not have Delta Diamonds, so you would be seeing one like that no matter what.
Yeah, all of them have. I do have a plane that's similar that doesn't have Delta Diamonds, but it's not. It's not a Firecat. It is similar. Um, yeah, like I don't have Visual Studio in here, do I? No, I didn't install it on this computer. I got, no, I got what's in school. Yeah, no, Spanish video. Yeah, no, that's all literally legit school stuff. I don't. My old hard drive. Um, Here's a video.
I couldn't find it.
Phone
It's in here somewhere
pics.
though. I'm
Okay.
just trying to find more of the pertinent information we're talking about here.
Yeah, see, this is like legit, like phone pics. Oh, I was talking to the guy at the bowling alley, and he's like, he was asking like some guy, he was asking one of his technicians that comes in on a part-time basis and helps in the back on league night,
Yeah.
and he was asking him, he was like, hey, can you take a look at this? I was like, oh, and I just kind of spouted out some stuff, and he's like, they both looked at me like, how do you know that? And I was like, oh, I used to work in the back of a bowling alley, like back in the day.
Back in the day.
Like I was like, yeah, it's been like 6 years since I've been back behind one, but I was like, yeah, the sometimes the I forgot what they're called. I said, but sometimes the pin catch, it's not the pin catcher, but there's a pin flat back there that has a spring on it. Um, that sometimes the spring gets loose and it doesn't kick the for the ball return, and it doesn't kick the ball, it doesn't kick the pins out, and the pins get stuck, so the ball gets stuck. And I told him,
Back
I
in
said
my
like, yeah,
days
you
of
might need to
doing
replace
bowling alley ills.
I said, yeah, you might have to replace the spring on the, on the, on the, on the ball return door, or the pin flap or whatever that thing's called. I can't, I couldn't remember. And he was like, how do you know that? And I was like, I used to work back there, I wanted, I wanted to, I started working during the day back when, I was in the middle of, trying to, you know, search for jobs, and I started working back there and I told him at Fort Polk, and he goes, "Oh, you were down at Fort Polk?" And I was like, "Well, I wasn't stationed there. This was, after I got out of the military." He's like, "Oh, you were in the army?" I was like, "Hell no."
Hell no.
He's like, "What?" And I was like, "No, I was not in the army." I was like, "I'd never do that to myself." Uh,
Amen to
I said,
that.
I said I was a Marine. He goes, "Oh, you're one of those."
Oh my God.
I was
Look
like,
at you
"Yeah."
hold that over your head.
He's like, "Oh,"
Don't be a douche canoe.
but yeah. See, 190.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah,
Like you're so much better.
198, 201. Yeah, I had 198 and a 201 when I was bowling back then. Bowled, we bowled 2 or 3 games, and those were the last. Oh yeah, we bowled 2 games. I had a 198 and a 201.
What are you checking your scores?
Yeah, my old scores. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
took pictures of them.
Oh, I thought this was in the database.
No, 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 no. Dang man, I've been close lately. I bowled a 170. What did I bowl this past week? Dang it, where's my damn phone? I saved them. Damn, Wi-Fi ain't working either. What the fuck is going on? I swear, sometimes I can't stand technology because it's like the stupidest shit ever. Um, this is from, so I had a 172, a 181, and a 170 this week.
Man, and here I thought you was talking about the aircraft.
No, that's one. Yeah, no, but I'm trying to find the damn pictures of. Damn, I can't believe these are all old. No, I'm looking through the. Um, damn, this was.
The flying car. I know Roberts with the flying car was a good idea. Albie, you jetting?
Damn, this is October 15th. These were taken October. Damn. Time goes by too fast, man.
Hey
Way too damn
man, it's
fast.
about the same amount of time.
It's the same amount of time, but holy crap, it's just like you try to plan stuff out, you try to get stuff done, you try to make things happen, and life just flies by. Nobody takes a second to slow down. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
And I don't want to. You know, it's just one of those things. It's like, man, it's just
That's one of the reasons why we like to try to tell everybody at the end of the show to keep them flying, because it really doesn't take nothing. Like life does do exactly what he's talking about. But when you think about it, it's like it's so easy. Just get out there. Like it doesn't take much time. Just get on out, get a little bit
Yeah,
of flight.
see, I ain't seen my biological grandpa since 2016. It's like, man, has it really been that long since I seen him? Looking at, yeah, like, yeah, it has.
Yeah, it does.
And then my other grandpa, he passed away obviously in 2020, so it's like it's been and I just realized like it's been an entire year since he passed away. Like, no wonder I'm feeling like I am right now, like I was last year at this time.
Right,
I was miserable this time last year.
right,
I
right.
was in a bad place this time last year. Um, the first time I'd really been in a deep state of depression. And that's one thing that we probably should put on our show, mental health awareness. You guys gotta make sure you take care of yourselves because like I've never been. I'll be honest, I've never been one of those people that have really had. I'm not saying I haven't had to battle demons or whatever you want to call them, and I understand people that's what they call them, but to me that's more of a trendy term, and I don't like to call it that because everybody's got shit that they've been through, and you know,
That's right.
shit that they've had to,
We've all got shit to cart around. Yep, yep.
so I don't like to say, oh, I've been battling demons. No, like that's that's a 2021 term, and I hate that crap. I get it. I get it. People are struggling. Don't get me wrong. Don't take this the wrong way. Like, I know people are struggling because I struggle or I have struggled, but it's like
I don't know where the
we
hell it went.
haven't taken enough time out to really say, hey, if you guys need to talk, we're here. Like that's what our Discord is for. If you don't have our Discord, go ahead and hit us up, and we'll send you the link to the Discord. Um,
That's right.
sometimes we put it in the description of the videos, but sometimes we just get busy and forget. And that's what like you can't let life just go by, and then all of a sudden you're over here like trying to fight off whatever mental state that you're in, and you can't do it alone. Like I didn't do it alone. Like I didn't get out of the rut alone. Like it took some help from a few people to help me get out of that rut of where I was at. I mean, because I honestly didn't even want to get out of bed half of the time. Like I didn't. Like I went to work and I was miserable at work, and it's not because I hated my job, because I loved my job, and like I didn't want to be around anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody, and that's not me as a person. Like I've never really been that way. I've always been that person that's always like I come in on Monday and everybody's like, oh, it's Monday, Monday, Monday. And I'm smiling and happy. And they're like, why are you so happy? And my response is, it's almost Friday. Because,
Well, then you
because
got the show for that, because the show reminds you, and we've made it through midweek.
yeah, it's midweek. So guess what? To me, like like that's my philosophy. Like it's almost Friday. Because Friday is usually the day everybody looks forward to because, hey, usually work days are not as busy.
Right.
Some for most people, work days are not as busy. Sometimes you get off work early. Most people like to go out and have a good time on Fridays. They go out to eat, they spend time with their family, they can relax. And then they got the weekend to, relax and do what they want. Whatever it is that they want to do. But that's usually what people look forward to Friday for. And that's what I always, come in on Monday, ready, ready for Friday, you know. And I'm not, you know, I'm that same type of person on Friday when everybody's super excited, and I'm walking out the door on a Friday afternoon, and I say, hey, just remember, it's almost Monday. And
Oh, that's me. I usually do that.
yeah, like I just joke around with people, and they be like, man, don't ruin it. It's like, no, I'm just messing with you. Have fun. But it lightens the mood. Like I'm that type of person. So when I got into this deep mental state of not wanting to be around anybody, not wanting to smile, not wanting to, like I didn't want to do anything. Like I hated, just doing anything. Like it took some help, and I had to reach out to a few people that were close by and say, look, how do you deal with losing a close family member that I didn't think was going to be that big of a deal? Like it was expected. It wasn't like he died unexpectedly. Like we knew he was going to pass away.
Well, yeah, yeah.
That's the thing. Like I said my goodbyes. Like I made sure to be there and do what I had to do and take care of anything that I had to say or do and spend my last moments with him before we got to that point. So why am I taking this so hard? And it was just one of those things that my not my biological grandpa, but my other grandpa that passed away, who was pretty much there since I was, a kid. Um, like for me, like he was the backbone of bringing me up. Like it was weird because you know he was always there, no matter where I was at in the country or what I was going through. He was always there. Like I could always count on him. And I guess because he was no longer there, like that was it. Like who else? I've got nobody else to count on. If I really really need it, now it's just me. So now what do
Yeah,
I do?
yeah, yeah.
And then I started thinking about my kids and like, oh well, damn, what am I gonna do for them? Like, how do I get them set up to where they don't have to deal with the same thoughts that I'm having to deal with? And that's when I started getting depressed. It's like, man, what am I gonna do for them? How am I gonna get them taken care of? Because if I die tomorrow, which I'm not that type of person to think that way, like what are they gonna do without me? I don't normally think about that crap. And it's not that I try to ignore it, it's because I've already got plans. Like I've already got other things taken care of that they should be fine. It's not that they won't be or that they might be. Like I've got quite a bit of money like in life insurance and other things that it's like they'll be all right and they'll be able to figure it out. But it was just that deep mental state of trying to figure out where I was at mentally. And it's been a year and I'm not going back through it now, and that's why I'm able to talk about it because before I couldn't talk about it. But this might be off on a tangent, but this is like our mental
A little
health.
bit, yeah, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
this
It's
this is
okay.
our
People need this.
mental health awareness. Going into hey, it's that time of year where a lot of people start hating hating life because it's holidays get to be really a depressing time for people. And I never understood that until I actually had to go through it really myself. And I've lost other, family members, aunts, uncles, you know, cousins, close friends, in high school, close military members, friends that I've had. But none of them hit me as bad as that one did. So when I finally started having to go through the holidays and the stuff, it's like, yeah, now I know what people are like. Now I know what people are talking about. Um, and I had to do certain things to get myself out of it. And then when I finally got out of it, it was, and part of these one a days helped too. Like at the beginning of the one a days, like it really did help with all the stuff that I was going through the end of last year. Like it did help.
Yeah.
Kind of
Uh,
just for that short time, it helped me to take my mind off of whatever I was going on and just focus because, you know, the purpose of the one a days for me was okay, I've got a plan. I'm going to build this plane for this month. So I already knew what I was going to build when I sat down to build. So it wasn't like what am I, it wasn't me trying to figure out something and having, builder's block. Like, oh man, I can't figure out what I'm going to build, so I'm just going to build another Thunderbolt. Like I didn't want to get in that rut. Thankfully, I'd already had this set up prior to all of this happening, not knowing that it was really going to be helpful for me to have a plan going into the whole year of okay, all right, what month are we on? All right, this is what I'm going to build. Let me sit down and build it. And I'm going to build one. I'm just take my time and I'm gonna build it. And that's why I got a stack of Ecrons here that I'm getting ready
Yeah,
to
you
start.
do. Where? Wait. Where?
I'm pulling some of them out. Hang on, I'm not. This ain't all of them, obviously. I got here.
All
Here's
right.
just a
No.
handful of you know, bodies right there. This is just a handful of them. These are all from the beginning of October of last year.
The one a days,
The
people. The
one a
one a
days.
days.
Like I started out with a few that I had built, and then I literally just started building bodies after that.
That's
Sometimes I
what the
built.
one a days will do for you, people. See, this is
Look,
why you guys got to join up with us when we do this
I
next
mean,
year.
hang on. Let me see if I can pull out. Hang on. Let's see. There's a couple more still in there, but look, like that's some of them. That's not even all of them. Obviously, they're coded and dated on the other side, so don't hate on me. I only do one side. You know me. Um, but yeah, like this
Nothing wrong
is
with that, as long as they got the codes and the dates.
yeah, like see, this is number October 18th.
Dude, are they all green or does it just look like that?
No. These are all green. No joke. These are all
Okay.
green. I made these out of. I specifically did
Green.
this batch out of green. I've got others, but you know, because there's still more down here. There's still more down here, guys. But like these are just the ones that are sitting in the front. Like I'm getting ready to start tweaking with these, but um, like I talked about
Are you
doing the
gonna
one a
wait? Are you
day.
gonna build the flyer? Are you gonna do the tourney first or the tech first?
Well, so that's the thing. Like I'm going to um, yes, I did the one a days, but what because I don't have actual like not that I don't, but I don't have enough body like built planes, and I just
Yeah.
did bodies most of the entire year. Um, that I need to decide what tech I'm going to put on them. You know, do like two or three in the same tech, or do even like probably two, no more than two with the same tech, and then go into the next one um, from there, and
Okay.
then and
Okay.
then and get me like 10 planes. And I'm not saying 10 planes, but 10 Ekron with. So I'll have two. So I'll have basically 5 different Ekron if I do 10 with two of each tech that I want to put on it or that I want to test at that time. And then out of that batch, find out which ones are the best. Because I already know that the base model flies well, and I already know that the couple of the other ones that I was messing around with fly well that are already built. So I'm going
Right.
to do a few different things and see how they fly, and then go from there.
Okay. No, that seems reasonable. That seems reasonable.
And then what I'll do is I'm gonna have a couple. It's the tournament's gonna be broken down in a couple of different ways. So I need to have a tournament within each individual aircraft, um, and then I need to have a tournament for each uh, role that I'm trying to fill.
Oh, okay. Two different ways. Okay.
So because I need to find out, okay, if I have if I have 30 Ekron, well, are they all built the same? Because then I only have one. Not that I only have one plane. Yes, I have 30, but the thing is, I only have one thing to go off of. So I don't really know if Ekron's better or worse than what it could be. So what I need to do is find out how far I can push Ekron at first. Same with Dagger, same with Ninja, same with Firecat. Um,
Okay. Yeah. That all that makes sense. Okay. Right.
Hagataka,
Yeah. And
you know,
that should be the way you do it. It should be like the planes versus planes, and then like you said, if it's also roll versus roll, I mean, you may decide you want something else in. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get that.
yeah.
That's a good idea,
And plus
actually.
I need to figure out what I'm going to do with Spider. Like not that what I'm going to do with it, but what is Spider? Truly, what is it? What design is it? Because I know what I've built in the past and I know what I have now and I know what I found out from messing around with the Chinese menu paper that to me I didn't think that Spider was made out of a I knew it was made out of Chinese menu. I didn't realize what the size of the Chinese menu was. So I could have been making it out of a regular sized worksheet paper the whole time and had no clue.
Right.
Because my thought process behind it was, oh, if if Spider is made out of Chinese menu, well, I'll just to cut some of the weight that I'm having an issue with, concern with. Well, I'll fold the menu in half and
Handled
then
as you go.
I'll fold it in half and then then cut it down the seam and then just build the spider from a half a sheet of Chinese menu. Well, when I realized it and I was holding half a sheet of Chinese menu, I said, wait a minute, this looks like a normal worksheet. And then I measured it, and sure enough, that menu came out to 8.5 by 11. And I said, you got to be kidding me. Have I been, you know, ignoring this the entire time? And then I got to thinking, I was like, well, I've made it out of legal sheet, you know. So I couldn't remember if
Right.
legal sheet was the first one that I had ever made, or if it was um, another size type of paper that would, because I can't remember what that yellow one was made out of. I thought
It
that
had to
one
be.
was,
I think it was just, dude. Seriously, that one had to be. I think it was just a sales flyer that you just used. Seriously, I think it's just a flyer,
but that means what
and it happened to
size
be. It
was
was like
that?
it was like a mailer flyer, and it happened to be something that was large as legal paper. You may have cut it down.
Maybe, but I don't remember doing that. I wasn't that technical back then. I literally would have just taken the size of paper it was and then folded it into the folds of Spider. And it didn't
By the
look
way, by the
it
way, people,
it didn't look
for
like it
you too,
was.
Mark. But like, I kind of think this is something like something he's talking about doing here is something we've been doing it anyway, but I think it's probably something we should actually keep doing. Is like it's kind of like the military again, going back to the military, it's kind of what the military does. I think you should have like an annual annual review just to make sure it's like that, or maybe a biannual review. But like every year you go through and like, okay, are these still doing what I want them to do? Have they come along, or so on and so forth. Just like re-review your roles, re-review the distances of the planes you have.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously don't want to get into the fact of I want to do this every year, this tournament stuff, because I don't. But
No, and you
this
wouldn't
is,
have to once you get
yeah,
your tournament done. You're established with like, okay, I know this thing's going to do this. Then, like
yeah,
you said, it eases up everything, so you know that like you can code them. You know where they go. You know what they do. It makes it a lot different.
yeah, and that's why I have never really been big on coding, is because honestly, I've never, for most people that don't know, I mean, Sil knows that I have moved a ton in my entire life. Like, I have just moved a lot. And I've never finally been in a spot that I can settle down. But now that I'm settled down, I'm trying to do things that I haven't really gotten a chance to really enjoy and do when I'm when I you know when I'm living in an area, because I never really got involved with any of my community stuff. When I even in Florida when I was there for 6 years, like I never expected to be there 6 years. I mean, I kind of did, um, because I told you at the time that I was like, I'm not moving again, like I'm done. But we ended up moving like small moves within Florida because we were renting. So like as our needs grew because our family grew, like it was like, okay, well this little 3 bedroom condo is not cutting it anymore for 2 children that need some space to run around. Like it's just not
Yeah.
working. So we ended up moving to that house in Florida. And then when I got the job working from home, you know, halfway through that, it's like, okay, well now, do we really want to stay in Florida? Or do we want to move somewhere where the cost of living is cheaper and we can buy more and then we
I
can
can feel that that would be why you would feel like you're not ready to do all that, because it just that pushes on you, that weighs on you.
yeah. Yeah, the constant moving is always there for us. And it's still hard for me right now. Like we've only been here what 4 or 5 months? What is it? May,
Yeah.
June, July, uh, June, July, August, September, October. We're going on month 5 right now. Yeah, we're in month 5 right now. So it's part of me's like, wow, like, yeah, I still feel like I just moved here. Well, granted, I did. I only moved here 5 months ago,
Kind of did, yeah, yeah.
but it's like I still haven't unpacked half of my stuff. Me personally, the rest of the house is done. It's been done. I haven't unpacked because part of me is still like I'm trying to, not that I'm like not wanting to. It's just like I've never unpacked in my entire life. I've never really unpacked.
These things happen, man. These things happen. They happen to the best of us, bro.
And I'm like, all right, I need to relax. And that's why I said this winter time is really going to help me because everywhere else I've lived, besides the few times, the little bit that we were living up here in the wintertime, but I was driving to work back then. And I'm not saying that, I don't have to work. Obviously, I just work from home now, so it's the benefit is there. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
now once this winter really starts to set in and we're not doing as much outside as we normally is what I've been doing, um, and I'm not going to be doing as much yard work and things
But you are,
outside.
dude. That's the thing is like whenever you do the tourney, you're gonna need some. You're gonna need some, you know, outside time. You got to fly. So
Well, yeah, and I'm going to, but that's the whole thing. Like this whole um, winter is literally just going to be like, deciding on tech, getting them all the bodies turned into actual planes, and then making decisions on, okay, which one am I going to test first? Okay, so I'm going to test this plane first, and this is the body. This one's going to go against this one, and I'm going to do all of that this winter. Some of it's going to be on the show. Some of it's going to be um, recorded. There's just a lot that's going on in my head, and I still haven't even fully set up my um, my space here. I still got like only partially set up. Like not wanting to finish it. It's just my brain won't let me right now, and it's like I'm trying to release all of that and just let it go and say I can settle down, even though we are planning on buying a vacation home in Florida again. That's literally just going to be vacation, and we're not actually moving there.
righto, man, righto.
So
And it always rains, so it's got to be. You can't fly.
yeah, but and that'll give me an opportunity there to consolidate as well because when I do that, I can close a few of those other bases probably that'll be around that area, um, and consolidate into one or turn them into reserves and then have one active in that area.
You were talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, and
Don't
that's the
lose
other
too many of them, though.
that's the other thing that I'm trying to do. So I mean, I'm still trying to treat this as like, yeah, they're paper airplanes, but so they don't fly that far, but relatively like one active in South Florida should be enough to cover like, you know, basically that entire region all the way down to the Keys, in theory. And then up towards Orlando, have one active and it covers that area.
Yeah,
Tampa,
yeah,
Orlando, Daytona Beach area, that little, 2 hour stretch of Florida. And then of course I have my one in Atlanta, and then that one will cover that area. And then my South Carolina base will cover that, and North Carolina can condense down and cover, I'll have those cover those sections of North Carolina and Louisiana and blah 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 blah. That's my thought
yeah.
process on it. So like the one in Milwaukee and the one here would actually be beneficial because the time gap or
Oh,
the
yeah, of
time gap,
course.
but you know what I'm saying, the mileage gap that
Well, yeah, yeah, no, yeah. You've got like both ends of the state covered. Yeah,
yeah, and then I also have Minneapolis covered. So that's a 2 hour gap over there, which is perfect. So I'm covered in this area. And then I'm also covered in northern Minnesota. So it's like, okay, perfect. I've got that area covered. I mean, and you guys, you're getting to see like, oh yeah, he does move a lot. Like, yeah, I've been everywhere, man. There's only a few states that I haven't been to, and one of them I'm probably going to go to in a couple of, well, we're at what? This is year 12. We're at 12 and a half, so basically 2.5 more years. I'll be in Hawaii for a vacation. Hopefully 2.5 years, depending on what travel restrictions we still have. Hopefully none of that shit exists then. I mean,
Be nice.
I'll be
Be
honest
nice if
with
we gone through this far and did that shit.
I'll be honest, like I'm being forced to get the vaccine. I'm not mad about it. Um, I'm not against the vaccine. I just don't understand why I need to get it if I work from home and I don't really do shit anyways and I don't go anywhere hardly. So I'm not really exposed because I'm not working in a hospital anymore. I don't have to go to the hospital for any reason, even unless my computer like completely dies on me. And even then, like I'm only going to be in there for about as long as it's going to take for them to give me a new one and get the hell out because I'm not working in that hospital. I'm coming right the fuck back home. So, but that's what the government wants. So I'm not saying I'm not willing to lose my job over it. It's just not worth me losing my job over.
Yeah.
You know, there are people that I know that will not get it and will probably be fired because they refuse to get the vaccine and they work for the federal government. Well, that's their choice. I'm not. I Part of me thinks they're dumb, you know, but the other part is like, well, they still have a choice. It's their choice whether or not they want to get it, even though the head boss is saying, hey, you got to fucking get it. Whatever.
Whatever. Right. Right.
I've
Whatever.
been in the military long enough. I've worked for the government long enough. Like when the head boss says something, regardless if you agree with them or like them or not, if he signs off on it and it gets approved, you don't have a choice. You either do it or get fired. And people think that it's hard to fire people in the government. It's really not. It's hard to fire the
We
people
don't
in.
do that here, so you ain't
It's
got to worry
hard
about
to
that.
fire the people in D.C. or governors or that type of crap, you know. But as far as regular federal employees, no, it's not hard to fire. You just have to have the right reason to fire. So y'all keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, we're at an hour 40-ish minutes right now. So we're trying not to kill you guys with these shows, but
We're trying.
we will
We'll get it
definitely
started
we'll
later.
we're gonna cut them down. I don't like to say that, but we're gonna cut them down. But we're also gonna have to do. We're gonna try to get more for you guys coming out. That's why like we just gotta we just gotta work on our videos. So yeah, let's get ready to wind this down. Let's go here.
All right. All right. All right,
Let's
people.
see which
Yeah.
one do we want to use. I don't have the sound effects, so that's the downside. I don't have the sound effects.
You don't know the sound effects? I
I
got to get them
keep.
back to you,
I
bro.
know we gotta get it. We gotta get them back. So yeah. So we're gonna you know fade into that. Let's get it. Appreciate everybody coming out. Robert,
Great of
Javi.
y'all to come out, people. Thank you for coming in. Yes.
OAE, if you're watching this late, you slacking. You need to get up in here. Um, KIA, stop working so hard because, you slacking. Um,
Yeah, slack on the job and get with the show, man.
yeah, like you're killing us. You're killing us, Smalls. Um, it's been real. It's been fun. But y'all know what it is. Keep them flying.